The Tomorrow War, the brand new Chris Pratt movie, which was originally meant to be in theaters, but because of COVID, Paramount was like, "Look, we don't think this movie's gonna make a lot of money when we are going to release these movies, and we have a big catalog. So any streaming service you want it, Netflix, Hulu, Disney, Amazon, you want it? Okay, cool. You get it for the X amount of money, and okay, that's good." But I just finished watching it. And I have to say this: there's probably another reason why they probably decided to dump it on Amazon, and it wasn't because of money. It's the case of quality. I think this is like the third Paramount movie that Amazon bought, because they bought what they bought? They bought Coming to America 2, which wasn't good. You had Without Remorse with Michael B. Jordan, that wasn't good as well. And now with this, because this movie ain't good. The Tomorrow War isn't good. Because what you have here is the premise sounds cool, right? The premise sounds cool. It's a good old humans versus alien invasion war story. But in a way, I kind of like a reverse Terminator sense, where you have a warning from the future, and in present day, all the governments have decided that we'll help our future selves, our future soldiers, in. So we'll draft everyone and force everyone that you must serve at least 7 days, and after that 7 days and you live, you can go have a happy life. And that's really, and you're like, oh, that's a neat premise. But the problem with the movie is it's so exposition heavy. Everything that comes out of these characters' mouths just come across as, well, due to the fact our movie start here, and there's clearly some history here, we need to explain the backstory. But we'll explain the backstory in a certain way that is actually me just explaining the backstory than actually feeling like a normal, regular conversation, or giving us enough context of what's going on. And that it happens to about characters' relationships. It's the same thing that happens with, because we're aliens and time travel, with them explaining that. You have characters. Like, the weird thing is, because you've got Chris Pratt, and he does his his quip thing. You have like 3 characters in a row that are similar to each other, which is all of them being comic relief. And you're like, well, what's the point? Make them different, because you know you're gonna have the Quipster as your main character is the Quipster. To the point where you have like 4 characters slightly being similar to each other. You're like, okay, there's nothing different here. But the thing is, like, yes, the action's cool. When we are in the future, when we're in the war, the creature designs of the, what's it called, the white salt, which I was like, really? That's what you're calling your aliens? White salt? Clearly Xenomorph was taken. What's next? They're gonna have a sibling called Black Pepper and sugar spice and everything nice? Like, what is it? Anyway, even though the designs of the aliens are cool, even though the action's pretty cool, even though you understand they're trying to build some relationship with these characters, definitely between, without hearing spoilers, between Chris Pratt and don't know how to pronounce her name. Was it Via Costi? Dexter. She was in Chuck. Predator. Yeah, she's one of those actors that you may recognize the face, kind of thing, but don't remember the name. They're trying to build a relationship there, but because it's like, there's a scene with them two on a beach, and I was like, you can easily cut that shit out. You could cut it out, and it wouldn't mean anything. It feels tacked on. But of course you need like 5 minutes to explain, of every tiny little thing. It feels like this is a movie. Like, there are people out there who are like, that needs every single tiny little thing explained. And this is a movie that shows, no you don't. No you don't. You don't need to explain zilch. Nah. You don't need to explain everything. And the moment you do, you get drag on exposition. Why are we here? Now the weird thing is, when we're in the third act, like at the beginning I was like, really? We got another like 30 minutes of a movie left? We got another 30 minutes of a movie? I thought it feels like it's time to wrap credits. But then, like, when the movie goes on, it does get a little bit more better, a little bit more pace. There's a sense of it, even though there's a slight cheesiness with, like, the no and the... At the end, like, they're trying to do the big sacrifice thing, and it doesn't really click in. But it's, yeah. I mean, the performances are good. The sound mixing of this movie ain't good. When you have to kind of, like, you have a remote and you're kind of keep, playing with the volume. Oh no, it's too high, too low. Like, when the action hits, you have to lower it down. But when everybody starts talking, you have to kind of wise up to understand what everyone's talking about. I don't know it's the bad sound mixing. I don't know it's because this is the case that movie where the actors want to mumble their lines. But this movie ain't. It's just not good. Sounds like Paramount's. Sounds like Amazon's really happy to be like, hey, we're happy to be your dumping ground. Sony, you got a Cinderella movie coming out. Well, you wanted us to have it? Sure. Well, we kind of understand the quality of that movie. When's that movie coming out? September on Amazon? So, yeah, that's going to be fun.